Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Bryan Diehl here in beautiful Fort Ludlow, Washington. I am taking you today through Ludlow Falls. This is the interpretive trail. Beautiful falls right in the heart of Fort Ludlow, Washington. Start right here off Breaker Lane, head through the Arboretum and into the trail. Enjoy our little hike. It's about a half a mile. Take 15 minutes, maybe 20. So you're experiencing this in 360. So feel free to use your mouse, or if you got a touch screen, use your finger, and look around as we walk through the forest. That way you won't miss anything, and you'll get a real feel for what this wonderful little walk is all about. Fort Ludlow is kind of the gateway to the Olympic Peninsula. On the way to Port Townsend, Port Angeles, Sequim, Forks, the ocean, and the Olympic National Forest. Start right here at Ludlow Falls in the heart of downtown Port Ludlow, Washington. As we go through the forest, you'll see these signs that talk about the flora and the fauna and the falls itself. These two western cedar trees that you see here have been in this position for several years, and now they've got trees growing up out of them, heading up toward the light. The roots remain intact in the soil clear down there. Pretty cool. You'll see this throughout all of the old growth forests. Duck your head here. You can see there are a lot of people that have put hours and hours, countless hours of work into putting this trail together. It's all volunteer, all through donations. And the area itself is owned by PLA, the local developer. So it is private land, and please respect it as that, and respect the volunteers that have put in their hard work to build this for us. Along the way you will see the little placards. Be sure to take time to read them, tell you about the forest itself and the falls. It's an amazingly beautiful forest, and the fact that it's located right absolutely in the heart of Fort Ludlow is remarkable. Thanks for joining me. It's really a great way to get some exercise in the morning. You'll run into neighbors down here, sometimes walk their dogs through here, and other people like myself that just walk through. But by and large, pretty much have it to ourselves most of the time. I like to come here before work. This little area we're heading into now as we head down towards the base of the falls. I like to call this our own little hall of mosses. Definitely shows all of the characteristics of the Olympic Peninsula rainforests. Port Ludlow is in the rain shadow of the Olympic Mountains, but it's still wet here. We're in the heart of the Pacific Northwest. So much moss on the trees and ferns. As you walk through here, you know the oxygen has got to be great. Now we'll start hearing the falls. You can tell we're getting closer and closer as the sound builds. Our first glimpses of the stream itself are completely downstream of the falls. So this is where we first get our first glimpses. If you look straight ahead now, this is just one of the most beautiful scenery spots in Port Ludlow. Wonderful stairway, and then to the left, of course, the falls itself, the base of the falls. As a photographer and an artist, I am in awe of this particular scene as you pan from the base of the falls through the Douglas firs and the cedars and the moss to the beautiful stairway to heaven, the ferns, and in the old growth forest. You'll notice that the floor is clear. Just amazing. And this is a truly amazing park. Great place to come and just live, just exist. I mean, steps are wet, but they're not slippery. This is a great place to walk with your kids or grandkids. Hard to keep your eye on the steps while you're taking in so much beauty. As we get a little higher, the lighting changes, gets louder. There's just so much to experience here. This being mid-November, the falls is running fairly heavily. It hasn't rained in a couple of days, so it's not as high as it can be, but it is certainly impressive. Again, take note of all the signs. It tells you an awful lot about the community and the effort that it's taken to put this together, and about the forest itself. Slippery there on the roots. Just want to take this moment to remind you this is a 360 film, and with your mouse or your finger on a touch screen, you can look around and really see all there is in Ludlow Falls. Right. Look at the upper falls. This is middle falls here. I'm doing my best not to be old man falls here. The other side of this size of this cedar. After seeing this video, I wouldn't be surprised if this place was overrun with people. That's why God put it here, for you to look at it. That's why all the volunteers work so hard, so that people can enjoy it. That was the upper section of Ludlow Falls. Now we're going through the higher end of the forest. It's a little more sunlight. Fewer cedars, more alders. And the ferns are now impressive up here. Very jungle-like. This is Port Ludlow's little fern grotto. Super quiet, peaceful. And like all of Port Ludlow, it's really beautiful. So, that's the Port Ludlow Falls Interpretive Trail. Quick little half-mile loop. We're back on the path that takes us back out to the Arboretum and the parking lot. Hope you've enjoyed our trip through the forest today. Thanks for joining me. Again, I'm Bryan Diehl, here in Port Ludlow. Be sure and give me a call if you think you might like to live out here. As always, thanks for watching.